3.
Hey, friends.
You did it again.
You did it again.
Oh, no.
This is a recurring problem. I think we need to have an intervention with Charles.
Did it again.
You did it again.
Stick
Oh,
around
no.
at the beginning, Charles.
My God.
Who has their YouTube up loud?
Stick around at the beginning, Charles.
I am here.
Who has their YouTube up
I'm hearing an echo.
I am
Yeah.
here.
loud? Who doesn't have their YouTube on mute?
I'm hearing an echo.
Can you hear me fine?
It's Eldron.
Better now.
There we go.
New guy. New guy.
It's better now.
Welcome to episode 6 of the Red5Tavern's Devil's Bargain Adventure, part of the Red5 Gaming Network under the galaxy-wide banner of the Red5 Network. Tonight, the scene is set. The Raven has been sent, and now the wait begins. It's nighttime, and you figure a full day for the supplies to arrive. Fistfire, after quietly meditating for a few hours, announces that he has communed with his order and that he must depart on a crucial mission. He bids you all farewell and depart. So you guys are all in the cabin, and you are pretty well damaged at this point. And what would you like to do at this point?
Sleep.
I can only imagine.
Did we already have our long rest?
No, you're about to have it now.
You're gonna
Oh,
get it.
So
good.
you're heading into the evening part
Mhm.
and the cabin, new area. You guys know that you're pretty beat up, and that rest would be a good rest would be of much use for all of you.
We should rotate doing a watch.
Okay. So who's
I
first?
only need 4 hours of just undisturbed rest in order for me to be fully recharged. So I could pull a double duty.
Okay.
I'm going to
down
take a
to-
corner and meditate.
I'm
Okay.
down to 4 hit points. I think it's very important that I meditate. But first, I want to look at Kazara and thank him for carrying me back and tell him that we'll have a talk in the morning.
Understandable.
And as always, I'm spooning with Vader. because it's cold out there and we need to keep warm.
Did Vader find his sizzle scraps?
Yeah. Vader's happy.
Okay,
Vader's
good.
All right. So you're all sort of doing your own thing, basically, sort of settling in for the night. And Irsk is taking
I'm going
first
to
and
take
second
first watch. I want to look around, just make sure that we got everything in this cabin our first run through. So
Okay.
that's what I'm kind of doing, is searching the place.
Okay, so as everyone sort of gets settled, Irsk is looking around. There's a few rations kicking around, like little bits and pieces, nothing substantial. There is actually one potion under the counter, under the near one of the food bits. So you have one potion in there. So
Okay.
that's a good item. There's torches, a few flintstones, that kind of stuff. Nothing of massive use, but there's definitely some good stuff in there. If you wanted to pack that before you headed out again. But that's about it. It's very, very much like a hunter's cabin, sparsely sort
Is
of.
it a health potion?
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Just regular health, yeah.
All right. That's added.
So,
Um,
okay, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I got a tinder box, so I'll start a fire.
Yeah, there's a little.
Hunter cabin. I'll get a fire going, so
Okay.
we're all warm.
There's a sort of a stove, like almost like an iron stove that you can you cook on, but also just warm the place as well. So,
All right. She's blazing.
okay. So everyone's settling in, and Eldron sort of starts to stir, and his meditative state sort of is disturbed. And he starts to feel this sort of cold hand over his mouth and a low whisper in his ear that none of you can hear, but he is going through this. I think it is time we had a moment to talk. Step outside.
At this point, I think Eldrin, he opens his eyes, kind of looks around, sees if anybody else kind of noticed the voice, and he's just he feels compelled to listen to the voice, and he gets up and kind of slinks out of the cabin without making too much commotion.
So, Irsk, obviously you see this because you're sort of on the watch.
Yeah.
And
I'm
everybody else
back.
who's awake sees that. So none of you heard that voice, but it's important for his character that he hears this, and you guys all hear it. But so he just sort of gets up and sort of waltzes out.
Okay. I'm going to follow close behind.
Okay.
Just hanging way back. I want to see where he might be off to.
Okay. So he comes outside, and there's like sort of like the back area that you guys are familiar with because you've seen it. You guys looked over the edge, sort of looking down at the bandits' camp down there, and sort of like this dimly lit clearing area. And he stops there, and you get a sense that he's conversing with something. There's something else within him, Irsk, and you see this. It's like it's not possession, but there's something going on. He's interacting. And Eldrin, you and I have a lot to discuss, Eldrin Emberspark, or should I say, Eldrin Mirior.
Eldrin pauses. He's kind of has like a moment of panic, and he knows that nobody's said that name in a long time. And he says, "Who are you?"
Who I am is of no concern to you at this time. What you need to know is that your time is running out.
Show your face, demon.
So at this point, Irsk, actually, you sense sort of an energy around him. You don't necessarily see it, but you sense something around him, this dark energy around him. And Eldrin pulls out this dagger and starts swinging wildly. But it's like he's stabbing at nothing. Now, Eldrin, we do not have time for this. Silverbane has marked you for death, and I just can't have that happen. I need this body whole.
Who are you?
I told you that is not what is important. Keep your wits about you. They will not stop until you are destroyed. I will be in touch with you, and again soon. Please do keep your head on your shoulders. So the shadow figure slowly begins to dissipate, and so you get the sense that it's almost visible, but it's not. You sense it, and it's dissipating. And you do see as deep red orbs appear, which could look like eyes. Oh, and keep an eye on the rabbit. He may be of some use to us yet.
So after a few moments pause, you see Eldrin. For those of you who stayed in the cabin, you see him come back through the doorway, and for just a moment, you see his eyes are just completely black, and they kind of fade back into his normal red and gold colors. And then he goes back to his corner and sits down and returns to his meditative pose.
Wow.
How long
Did I wake up for that?
Yeah. How long is this since we settled down and started going to sleep?
Maybe an hour. I think you are all sort of awake. We're aware that he got up, left, went out, and then came back and noticed a visible difference in his eyes.
Well, that definitely disturbed Vader, being the light sleeper that he is, and he can smell these things. So he gives me a nudge to get me up, and he kind of like motions and starts walking over towards Eldron. So I'm going to follow Vader over to Eldron. What was that?
Eldrin, he looks up at Edgar, and he shakes his head and just returns right back. Doesn't say anything. But you see like he almost had like the energy pulled out of him. Like it took a lot to return to the meditative state. For anybody that was actually around to even hear the conversation was held by Eldrin, and there were two voices, but it almost sounded like it was Eldrin voicing both voices, but the second voice was just an unnatural tone that kind of came out of nowhere, even though it did come from Eldrin himself.
And Edgar, since you're involved in this point, Irsk does come in the cabin, and you realize that he was outside when all this was going on.
Kayleesha is pretending to meditate and listening to the whole conversation.
Okay. I come in and I kind of give Eldrin a little nod. I see that he's over there. I don't know if he notices. I mean, he notices me come in, but I give him a nod that I know something's afoot.
He's not paying attention. He's completely blank.
I give Edgar a little look, and that something's up. I know something. Since he's the only one that seems to be up and around. And
yeah, I'm gonna go talk to Ursh. What the hell was that?
Yeah, I basically describe what we've heard is that Eldrin basically was talking to himself in two different voices. That there's something not only evil, but something that might be something that could be a detriment to the rest of us. It seems like we might be in the way. Let him know about the shadows and the red orbs. And I will say that I did hear the name Kazara come up.
He said rabbit, not Kazara.
Well, the rabbit.
Wonder who that could be.
Hey, Charles, could Ursh actually hear that? Because you did mention that he couldn't hear the voice, right?
So,
or that none of us could hear it, rather.
All right,
yeah,
so
we're
then
gonna. Yeah, you're.
I don't know the details.
Yeah, you don't know the details. So he was talking to himself, and the mumbles that may have represented the demon speak, you couldn't necessarily understand, but you could tell he was conversing with something going on, and there was an animated presence, and
so basically what was described, I basically convey that
shadow. You saw the red eyes, like the orbs of the eyes, whatever they were. So there's something definitely dark going on, and the fact that he came back with the dark eyes certainly is alarming.
So I will say, I'll talk to Edgar, saying that when it comes to leaving the field with the giant behind us, and what may or may not have happened with Kazara, that blade you have, and what I just saw outside, we better be ready.
Did everybody leave Eldron yet?
No, he's just like he's basically back in his bunk, as it were, trying to sleep, but sort of in a daze, I guess, as you describe it, Eldrin, would probably be the best description.
He's an elf, so he only has to meditate, so he's kind of in like an Indian style, sitting on in a corner, like in a dark corner by himself, to just kind of blank face, nothing really there.
I'm going to have Ursh sort of point me in the direction of where Eldron was walking. And I just want to go outside with Vader and have him sniff around, see if there's anything weird in that area where he was standing.
So you go out, and there's nothing. There's no sense of a summoned thing there. It's as if Eldrin is the source of that.
Would I be able?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Would I be able to run as an action, like a primeval awareness? Will kind of let me know if there's any phase fiends undead kind of makes it a little problematic me being undead, I think. Possibly. But
You get 100% return on that one. Oh, it's me.
yeah. I'm on the list. It doesn't revoke.
That's my metal detector,
it'd
by
be
the
a
way.
waste then. Me being undead, it'll reveal the creatures, but it won't give me a number or a location. So there's definitely one showing up on.
Yeah.
that test.
So there's definitely you're getting the sense that there's something up with Eldrin, and there's something more sinister. And then if you link it back even to last adventure where he saw that tattoo, there's sort of a darker layer to this character for sure.
Edgar spent the most time with Laurent, correct? Up close.
Yes.
All right. I'd like to talk to Edgar and ask him. I've got this little brand that seems to have some power of its own. I was able to summon some energy out of it, just like I knew it was coming. Does this have any similarity with the tattoo that was on Laurent?
No, by what I can see, that guy had a good old-fashioned tattoo. What you have looks not of this realm.
Nice wizard.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Yeah, no, you Ursh would know that there's no similarities. The tattoo that we saw on Laurent was strictly like a tattoo that would signify the branch of the house that he was in.
Right. Gotcha.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, this is all sort of like
All right.
news to you guys, but definitely adding layers to Eldrin for sure.
Right.
While Urshk and Edgar are outside and Kazara is sleeping, I creep over to Eldron's bunk because my insight and perception is tingling that something is wrong, and I just tell him elf to elf, if you need to talk, I'm here. And then I use my druid craft cantrip to make little forest sounds for him because he's a wood elf to help him meditate. And then I creep back over and go meditate in my own corner.
That is so nice.
That's such a different approach than I would have taken to that.
You're going to see Kazara's foot just start kicking when the four sounds start.
Is this like
That's the
Thumper?
good
Are you on Thumper on this?
Oh, he's dreaming.
He hears the
Don't disturb
forest sounds.
Like
so bad when he's sleeping.
that does make Kazara very happy hearing the forest sounds, I will say.
Aw, so now everybody can rest nice.
So do we know how long it's going to be before the supplies are going to return?
Yeah, you figure probably a good 12 hours before any chance of return.
Okay. All right, so we're getting a full rest from our last.
Correct. You're
walking back in before I try to hit the hay again with Vader. I'm gonna just go up to Eldron and say, if you put us in any danger, I'm gonna kill you myself.
He doesn't respond. He's not coping with the world.
And I know you hear me.
I know you heard me, young man.
Kazara getting ready for the younglings. That's good.
Nice.
So, Irsk takes the first two shifts. Nothing else happens. There's no disturbances. There's nothing coming from the general direction of where you guys sort of took out the brigands or the road encounter that you did. Who's the last shift before sunrise?
I guess I can take a shift. I meditated for 4 hours at this point, I'm assuming, if Urshk had 2 shifts.
Okay.
So I guess I can take a shift. I'm wounded, but I've got half of my points now. So
after about 4 hours and Aldrin being a little bit more rested, he's going to get up and start doing his rounds as well. But you see that he's still kind of pale as far as he still looks drained.
Okay.
Kayleesha
basically,
goes
yeah.
outside to watch
All right.
the moon set
Okay.
and listen to the birds wake up.
Cool. So you see that Eldrin is sort of out and about. Everyone else is either in deep sort of meditation or asleep, and you guys are doing your own thing. So again, nothing really happens. Kayleesha, why don't you roll for perception?
11. Oh,
Okay.
wait. I forgot to tack on my extras. Perception. 5, 11, 16.
Okay. So you're sort of doing your rounds and keeping an eye, listening to the birds wake up. And it's early morning, but it's probably about 7 or 8 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up on maybe 10, 12 hours since you guys sent the Raven.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a sense of sound of horse hoofs coming towards from behind. So the direction from the longhouse. Very faint.
Very faint. I'm going to go in and Kazara, you had the most sleep last night, so I'm going to wake you up and motion to be quiet, and I'm going to whisper horse hooves.
All right. Kazara will then get up, shake his head in understanding, and then he's going to step outside and draw his bow and arrow and kind of prepare to shoot off if he needs to.
Okay. Eldrin, you see some stirring in the cabin and some motion. Do you sort of want to follow along so see what's going on?
Yeah, I'm going to walk out as well. I'm going to give a good long stare at Kazara before I head over to the little more wooded area to kind of protect myself.
Okay. So as you guys sort of come around to the cabin, the other side of the cabin, you see a horse coming up with a pulling a cart, in fact, with what looks like a sort of a satchel, perhaps, and a small little halfling riding on top of the horse. And he looks up at you all, says, "Hello, my loves. Good to see you again."
Is that
Where
Nero.
have you been?
Where have you been?
Nero?
Need not ask me that question. Look at you. Last time we heard of you, you were dead.
Nero, what the hell are you doing here?
Errands for some cark, apparently. But the pay was fine. And to get to see your lovely faces again was all the payment I needed.
Why
But
do I
he
feel that
has compelled me to bring you these supplies because apparently some of you can't stay healthy. He did appreciate the 4 lines under healing potion, so he got the message. Made my sack even more heavy. Thank you very much.
Of the circles.
Oh, halfling.
Yes, I brought that, and I brought the cart, of course, for the Hill Giants Club. I assume you have that, so we can get this loaded into the cart, and we can be on our way back. I've got an appointment with a lady friend of mine.
Hill Giant Club?
Yes,
Why would we have that?
that's part of the bounty. Do
Wait,
you not have the club? So you're telling me you haven't taken...
We haven't fought the giant. We tricked it and sent it away.
Listen, halfling, we had a long hell of a day yesterday, okay? I don't need any of your crap today. We'll get the giant, but first, just give us the stuff.
How things have not changed whatsoever. Nero is here to save the day. Fine, we will take out the Hill Giant together, but we must bring back the club. It is part of the bounty, and is the only way we will get payment for this bounty.
I'm going to walk outside at this point because I hear all this talking, and I'm just going to say I don't trust anybody that talks in third person.
Edgar, this is Nero the halfling. He was in prison with us a couple weeks ago.
Kazara's
still
going to
can't believe
say.
you guys survived in prison.
Kazara's going to say to Nero in halfling, actually,
Ooh.
watch out for the elf, the wood elf that's with us. He's not exactly normal.
Well, he should fit right in then, shouldn't he? But thanks for the heads up. Who's this brigand here speaking to me as if he doesn't know me or understand my stature in this group?
His name's Edgar. He worked at the Longhouse with Kark. All I know is he does some really freaky crap. Like he turns himself into, I don't even know what, almost looks like a devil.
I don't know, Kazara. I'd watch what you were saying here because we still have to have.
I'm still talking in
He's
halfling.
talking in halfling.
Oh, you're talking in halfling?
You know halfling.
Kazara knows halfling.
I don't know halfling.
If only you speak Ovitu.
What's with the wolf?
He seems to like it for whatever reason. He named it Vader, whatever that means.
I guess I know who's the smarter one of the two. Fine. So
Vader perks up hearing his name. That's what
he's happy. Wags his tail. I gotta mention. So Nero turns back to Common and says, so yes, we must bring the Hill Giants Club. And that is part of the bounty. Or none of you, or I, will also not get paid at this point. So
Right.
he goes into the back and says, one of you come and take this package. I cannot carry it. It's too heavy.
I think that even though halflings and gnomes and dwarves are kind of commonplace in this world, Eldrin kind of has a fascination with little things. So you see Eldrin kind of have like this gleeful smirk on his face as he comes over to help him, and it kind of like picks him up to put him on the cart to help him unload.
Hands off!
Kazara
What am I,
will-
some plaything to you?
Kazara will go grab that box that Nero mentions.
Cool.
I wanted to say while all of you are doing your thing, I have enough rations for everybody. So I wanted to offer everybody a little bit of breakfast and look at Nero and say, do you want breakfast or do you want a rat boy?
I would like you out of my face, and I ate plenty on the way, including your portions. Thank you very much.
I've got my own portions, rat boy.
I'm
All
going to
right.
reach into my pouch and break out another piece of Jack's from our last adventure and give it to Vader.
He mysteriously died.
Okay, everybody gets a ration of food.
Yeah, by then, halfling, well met. Kayleesha, has she threatened to kill you? Or?
She's already driven me into the ground with her wit, so everything's
Good.
the same as usual with her.
Everything's right in the world.
Exactly. Unfortunately, you haven't taken out the hill giant, so that's not right. It's wrong. So we have a whole other task to take care of.
Well,
Are you
Nero, we
really
did
talking
clear the
about a
path
real
to-
giant, or is it
Yes.
just like Kazara over there?
No, it is an actual hill giant, and this is part of the bounty. We need his club. Kark intends to display the club in the longhouse, and it's the only way that he will get payment, or we will receive payment from Kark. Had I known this was going to happen.
Feisty, isn't he?
Yeah.
Thank
A
you.
little spicy.
And keep your hands off me, weirdo.
Well, Nero, I hope you don't think you're getting a full portion of this bounty, considering we cleared the way to the giant.
Well played, Hirsch. But I will get my portion. Don't worry.
Edgar, did Vader ever eat his sizzle bits? Because I just wanted to show Nero.
No, you can smell his breath.
You are
to feel that
fascinated.
he had
with
the.
this. It's not
I
such a
just wanted to show Nero that since he
A
made
little
fun of me
salsa.
so bad in
Yeah.
that prison, exactly what I can do now, Nero.
Wow. Did you shock it to death, or did you simply spark it up a little and maybe hit his hair on his back stand on his side, perhaps?
Urshk, tell him.
I'm out of this.
Tell
Listen,
him how
I have a bit of a sick
junk.
sense of humor. This amuses me.
Tell him how I shocked his junk and his body flung back, and I still, yeah.
She grabbed the man by his nuts and bolts.
Sorry.
His butt
By-
was over
by the
there.
berries
His
and the
balls were
sticks.
over there.
Ah, well, I'll just be getting off this cart and walking over here. So he goes and hides behind Vader because Vader seems to be happy with him. Stays away from Kayleesha as usual. So as you guys,
How big is Vader?
taller than Nero. Sitting.
Nero, I'd like to invite Nero to actually ride on Vader.
He totally could. That is
Nice.
fantabulous.
Sweet.
Oh, I like this. I like it very much.
Vader
know,
likes
Imagine
being
him
Vader-
like a little saddle too.
I could barely get my legs around the horse over there.
You comfy back there? Do you need a blankie?
I was sitting like a lady on the horse because I couldn't get my legs around its hump. Unlike Kayleesha, who's not a lady, more like a little brown spite.
Ouch.
Let's
Yeah. Okay.
let's take this hatred out on this hill giant that we have to kill. Apparently.
2 hours later.
Good idea, Kazara.
So you guys take the supplies into the cabin.
Mhm.
And you see you have 1 potion each of healing plus 1 spare. You have full rations, and you have several weapons, actually. He sent along several weapons in case you guys needed.
Nice.
So there's a crossbow, there is a longsword, there's a scimitar, and there are a set of daggers.
Are they all just basic?
They're all
weapons?
basic, yeah. They're just like sort of equipment replacements or enhancements if anyone needs them.
What was it? Crossbow.
Crossbow,
scimitars?
a longsword, a scimitar, and a set of daggers.
I'll take a scimitar.
Okay.
Kazara will take the crossbow.
Okay.
Is there any bolts for it?
Yes, there's a 20 bolts, like in a quiver.
I already have a scimitar, so I'm not going to take that.
That's okay, because Ears took it already, so you're good.
Okay.
Just saying.
Oh, sorry. Let's see. Is there anywhere, sorry to hop out of character, is there anywhere that we can put in that we have a potion?
Yeah, you go into your inventory, and you click
Okay.
on Manage Inventory, and you
Yeah.
can add a potion of healing.
Thank you.
How many potions did we get out of the cart?
You got 1 each plus a spare.
Okay, I took 1 and
We
I'm
put 4 underlines there. We only get 2 each.
And some circles.
It's Kark in a longhouse outside of the main city.
That was great.
Yes,
Healing potions are not cheap, though.
they
just for
aren't.
the
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Plus, you also had one that Ears found that he hasn't told anybody about yet, so he's got an extra
Yep,
spare.
I got 3.
That's good. All right. And you guys ate your day's worth of rations that I gave you, so everybody's like full health now?
Yes, you had full
Yep.
sleep.
We had a long rest anyway, so
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure everybody's fed, you know. I
Thank you, love. I appreciate it.
wasn't talking to you, halfling.
I figured that's why you ate your portion on the way. So it's about 10 o'clock in the morning, and what do you guys want to do? You have a hill giant to take care of, and you guys probably take about 2 hours to get to where you sort of understand where he came from, because if you remember last game, he was sort of up on that ridge along the side of the road, so you have to sort of get back to that area, which took about a couple hours to get to.
Mm-hmm. I would like to quick pull Kazara aside and say, "You got a minute?"
Sure. We should probably talk.
Yeah. What was that all about yesterday? I mean,
Is
you killed
are we far out of earshot from everybody?
You can make yourself so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kazara would wanna get out
I
of
think
earshot.
Kazara kind of following out of the taking a step away with Kayleesha is going to be kind of suspect for me, considering he tried to murder her. So he's going to try to not so much be right there, but kind of keep an eye on them.
Yeah, I'll say within like sight range, but I want to just get out of earshot if possible.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
definitely keep an eye on them.
Okay.
I'm gonna put up a finger to Eldron, letting him know I'm okay, bro. You can stay there.
While they're talking, I'd like to cast Speak with Animals and have a moment with Vader, and just let him know that, hey, buddy, I'm gonna need you to smell where that big thing went yesterday, so we can find out where that guy went. Vader's got advantage on things that involve smelling, so
Okay.
I'd like Vader to sniff us in the direction of where the hill giant went, so we can maybe follow his trail.
Yeah. While we're talking, Charles, is it possible for us to walk and talk so we can start making this track towards where we last saw the hill giant?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right,
Absolutely.
cool. I think
So-
that's probably best.
Would I then understand that it's Vader in the lead?
Yeah, I'll walk in front with Vader.
Okay.
Is Nero still riding on Vader's back?
Oh, in
I guess-
all my glory.
Bareback.
Oh man.
I Nero flashes a look back at Kayleesha and gives a smirk, like, "Look who's in the front."
So,
Kaylee.
Kayleesha flips him off and says, "So, Kazara."
And
what questions do you have for me, Kayleesha?
What was that all about yesterday? You killed me, and
I didn't have a choice.
I don't understand. You did not look like yourself.
Roll. Can I have like a persuasion check roll just to see what Kazar would say? Charles, will you allow that?
absolutely.
All right, Kayleesha, you roll a persuasion check to see what Kazar is willing to tell you, please.
Alrighty. Shit. Do I have any multipliers on that? Persuasion. 6.
It's just when that dagger came into my possession, it almost seemed like my own will became second. It's like I had another mission that I had to accomplish. I didn't have a choice. Anytime that I was around anyone that was close to death, I was forced to try and kill them with it. If not, very bad things would happen.
Did this dagger have like power over you, or is it someone or something else?
The dagger, wow, it has power. It doesn't have the power to control.
Mhm.
I can't say more. If I do, they may come and kill us both.
Who is they?
Even that's too much for me to share.
All right. Now, are you sure you're better now, or
You're not going
That
to kill me
dagger.
again?
I would like to think we would be able to complete this bounty and return back to the town.
Sadly, my will is not my own. I can try and resist, but there's only so much I can do. If I resist too much and you get too low, or anyone gets too low, it's possible that they could show up and kill everyone regardless. And this is somebody that could kill all of us.
You know I'm going to have to tell the others about this. At least Urshk.
Tell Ursh. The rest, they probably don't need to know. It's not that I want to do this, I don't have a choice. And it's imperative that Sam doesn't find out back at the inn.
The tavern keep?
Yeah.
All right. I'll thank you
All
for
I can
talking to
say-
me, and
All I can say is, if you ever want freedom from him, he mustn't know.
I had a feeling, but I understand, and I'm not going to press you anymore today because we need to keep our strength and our perceptions up to get this giant.
I promise you, Kayleesha. If it comes down to me having to attack you again to try and do that because of the contract, I wouldn't do it, even if it cost me my own life.
I thank you, Kazara. That means a lot.
Looking back over my shoulder, I see those two talking. So I pull out the dagger that Eldron handed me last night, and I just start tossing it in the air because I enjoy that dagger.
All right.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to affect him.
Nope.
Hmm.
Nope. So the scent or the sort of the smell ability that Vader has is based on strength of smell or direction. Like I've been talking about concentration of.
So for things that involve smell, he gets an advantage on perception rolls. So basically, he can roll at advantage to see if he can gain the scent and lead us that way.
Okay. So can you roll, please,
Yep.
for that?
Well, that was a net 7. Well, I guess the giant showered or something. He got a 7 both times. So
Okay. So what he does, first of all, he's just enjoying having Nero on his back. So that's probably what's distracting him. First of all,
there is a little lipstick going. I'm not gonna lie.
Kayleesha yells out, "Are you sure your wolf can smell this giant over the stench of the halfling?"
Nero bends down to Vader's ear and says, "Please fart in her general direction."
Vader complies because he's like speaking that right now.
Smells like burnt pee-pee.
So infatuated with that sausage. Don't sleep feels so
Burnt
good right now.
balls.
I immediately do a cantrip to make that smell like autumn leaves.
Pumpkin spice latte. So so Vader leads you guys actually back to the scene of the battle that you guys had with the brigands and Laurent and everything. So you sort of, and he's cautiously doing it now, it's just like running towards it. So you guys see the setting. He cautiously walks up. You guys are all slowing down, and you sort of break through that forest line, and you see where the bodies were. It's just carnage. There's bones, there's flesh chunks. It's been completely destroyed. Like it's just been ransacked by some creature or creatures, and there are weapons strewn about. So obviously it wasn't, sort of thieves or opportunists trying to take it. It was just mauled by the some sort of animal or something. So it doesn't smell very good here either. So you can understand why Vader led you here. And so now you guys have a decision. You guys can see the ridge from where the stones were being thrown from. You guys got about maybe a mile to the northwest to get to a plain where you could actually start heading up towards the area where you guys think that the hill giant lair is.
All right, I imagine there's going to be some pretty big footprints going back the way.
Correct.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're going to,
Yeah.
at least Eldrin's going to start following the footprints.
And you see the footprints in amongst the wreckage, as it were, of the brigands. So there was definitely the hill giant was taking some meat from the bones,
Having a snack.
scavenging. Yeah, exactly, scavenging what he could.
Kazara would probably want to move up the front. Being a ranger, he might have better abilities to track here at this point.
Okay.
And would kind of move up to the front to try and track where this giant's going, follow the footprints, the path.
Okay. So, okay, can you roll, please, for a 20 for on your ability?
I
guess it would be for. What's your you have a modifier for tracking? What's your
I guess that'd be survival, wouldn't it?
okay? So that would be, I guess, it'd be perception.
All right, let's see. That is a 15.
Okay, so you can definitely see imprints freshest heading back towards that sort of ledge that you'd be able to come up to. So you sense that there's a whole bunch of confusion walking around, coming back and forth. Some of it probably from the encounter that you guys had the day before, but you see the freshest tracks are leading away from the scene of the carnage back towards this ridge where it clearly like stepped up and sort of walked back up towards the direction you're coming from.
Seems to be this way. Let's head up there and see if we can track him down. Hopefully we can get the jump on him.
So what's the order right now? So we've got Kazara in the front.
Now, is this all clear?
Yes.
Way up to the ridge, no
Yeah.
trees or
No trees. There's a few bushes, there's a few trees, but there's nothing hidden.
Okay.
It's pretty much like just a sort of a landscape ridge, like a natural formation, as it were.
Okay.
So we've got
I would
Kazara.
I'd like to motion for Ursh to let everybody else take the front because I need to quick talk to him real fast.
Yeah.
Okay. So who's next? We've got Kazara in the lead.
I can Vader and I can be right behind him.
So Vader, Nero, and Edgar. Then we've got Eldrin.
Eldrin will go behind them.
Okay. And then we've got Irsk, and then Kayleesha. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So you two guys hang back. What are you guys talking about, or what do you want to say to Irsk?
I want to say first you need to keep this on the down low, but we need to keep an eye on Kazara. That dagger seems to have some kind of a power over him that he must complete some kind of a task if any of our health gets low. So guard your health potions with your life and do not go near Kazara if you get injured.
Well, he's already tried to, it looked like, kill you once. So
oh, he did.
you stay the furthest away from him, I would suggest.
I don't think it is me personally. I think it is, I don't know, some kind of supernatural demonic hold on him that he has to do this. He sounded quite insistent that he needs to complete a task or something's going to kill him, something or someone. So we need to be very careful about him. And something's up with Sam, the tavern keep from back in town. So
Oh, I'm
he
also
doesn't want
gonna.
the others to know, so you have to keep it quiet.
I also want to let Kayleesha know what I saw when I followed Eldron out on a personal level. That he seemed to be having a conversation with himself, but not himself, and that there was definitely some dark force out there with him. And so Kazara doesn't seem to be the only problem we might have within
Great.
our little party.
I felt something was up with Eldron last night.
Seems like this whole crew is in trouble here.
Mm.
Except for the halfling. He's just having fun on the wolf.
Oh, shut up, rat boy.
Okay, so you guys come down to the sort of level where Kazara, you see that the giant definitely stepped up. Obviously, not even at the level where you guys could, but he took a big step up onto the ledge above you, almost a 6-foot like leg spread. He just sort of stepped up and headed up towards that way. You guys need to go another 50 or so feet to be able to get to a level where you guys can make it up. Okay, can you roll for perception, please?
Okay. That is going to be an 11.
Okay.
Should probably keep an eye out for flying boulders.
So you guys come around the corner and you have a clear path towards the upwards way. You sort of notice that it's a wide enough path, but there's rocky formations and boulders, and definitely sort of a hilly area. There's definitely a walking path wide enough, especially for a hill giant, so you can clearly see the path upwards. But you've got sort of rocky formations on either side, and you have a definite clear path of where the hill giant was walking last.
Okay. I recommend that we continue down the path, but stay close to some of the boulders so we can take cover if we need to.
Okay.
Roger, Roger.
Can you roll for perception again, Kazara?
All right. A 4.
Fantastic.
The longer it goes, the worse it gets.
So, okay. Just check here. So since you are in the lead, you get all the fun.
You don't have any proficiency bonuses on that?
Oh, that's with my proficiency bonus.
That's
Okay.
when it began.
Okay, and so as Kazara is leading up the path, being very cautious, out from one of the boulders leaps a wolf and bites him and does... Ooh, 4, 3, 7, 2, 9 damage piercing on his shoulder. Leaps out.
Is it possible I'm able to make a dex save to try and avoid that?
So, yes, there is. Okay, so as we talked about this too, this is off off the game. Brad, we talked about this where in the game we got to roll for attack, and then as the attack comes in, a dexterity. So they made the hit, so you have one chance to dexterity roll against it, right?
Yeah. So basically, that would be the equivalent of Kazara shitting his pants as the wolf jumps out at him,
Okay.
but just enough time not to avoid the attack completely, but to just take half of the damage because he's able to just at the very last second.
Gotcha. So it's half the damage.
Yeah.
If
If I
he
make the save.
succeeds, yeah,
Gotcha.
if he succeeds at the throw.
Okay.
Wait.
Kazara
Do rabbits
wears
wearing pants?
Yeah, Kazara doesn't wear
No.
pants.
He's
does
wearing
wear
diapers. He's wearing diapers. Let's be clear. So that's a standing rule now. So in any attack where
Funny
it
hoodies.
happens, we will all have an opportunity to roll a dexterity to cut that
That's
damage
it.
in half.
Is that just for surprise attacks? Or is
No.
that for any attack?
It's for any attack. Yeah.
I thought it was
wow.
only for surprise attacks. but
So
that
yeah,
was-
for something like this, it either be like a dexterity saving throw or maybe a constitution saving throw. Something basically is your instinct trying to save your life. Not for all attacks, like
Right. Not
if
for like
not if you're in
melee.
combat,
Yes.
but
Okay.
So
something
opportunity.
as a sneak attack like that.
This was more of a perception attack because the wolf beats Kazara on the perception versus stealth.
All right. I rolled a 21 dex save.
Okay. So then you take 3 damage. So as he's leading up the path, Kazara sees this wolf leap out, and just at the last second is able to sort of pull his shoulder a little bit back. The wolf lands half a bite, twists, and lands on its 4 feet. And as that alpha leader leaps, the 3 other ones leap from behind and are all lined up on the path behind Kazara, basically shoulder to shoulder to the leader. Now, we're going to roll for initiative. I'm going to
Vader's
take...
already growling.
Okay. So, since you are in the lead, Kazara, can you roll, please, for initiative?
Yep. I rolled a 23.
Wow. You definitely get initiative.
14 total for Elgin.
Okay. That's
18 total for Urshk.
Okay.
10. I got a 10.
Okay. Let me check my...
6.
So, it's got 10, 4, 6. Kayleesha. Let me roll for Nino. Oof, 2. Shoot. Okay. All right. You want to attack the lead. You have the lead. Actually, the alpha male is right in front of you. Kazara, you want to go for him?
Yeah, I'm gonna start off by using my bonus action to put Hunter's Mark on him,
Okay.
and then I will swing at him. Let me see here. Swinging in with my short sword, and that's a soft 20 to hit.
Okay. You definitely hit.
Okay. Let's see. 5 plus my Hunter's Mark damage. 5. So 10 damage total.
And what was that weapon you're using? Sorry, what would you use?
Short sword.
Short sword. So as he rolls back, Kazara launches at the leader with a short sword, does a really strong blow to the lead, what you think is the lead wolf. And did you roll for Vader, Edgar?
I thought you wanted him just to follow me up. You want me to put him in initiative by himself?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Then 19.
Whoa.
Definitely. Yep. He definitely gets that one.
He's an angry wolf.
So he can leap to the leader or to one of the other wolves.
He's going to pounce on that leader, and he's going to try to bite him. +4 to hit. Also a soft 20 to hit.
Definitely a hit.
And does 7 piercing damage.
And the Hunter's Mark does what again?
Oh, the Hunter's Mark just adds 1d6 of damage to any target once per turn.
Okay.
That's just for Kazara though, right?
Yeah, that's just for me. It
Oh,
doesn't,
just for Kazara.
yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't affect
So
anyone
you did
else.
7? You did 7?
damage.
Okay. So, okay. Well, actually, you know what?
And it may if he's still living, he needs to make a DC 11 strength saving throw, or he's knocked prone.
No, he's not alive. What I'm rolling for now is whether or not Nero is able to stay on the back of Vader while he leaps and does this.
I was wondering.
Nope, Nero fell. Nat
So-
1.
God. Okay, can you hold the laughter for a second, maybe? So Vader leaps into action, his hackles and like puffed out, leaps, tossing. Nero, ass over tea kettle twice, lands flat on his back, but lands a dying bite on the leader. Boom, dead.
Worth it.
Kayleesha just pointing at halfling.
Kayleesha, we're in battle.
Eldrin is enjoying all of this.
You can loot him later.
He's not even dead.
Kayleesha goes up and starts patting him down.
Whoa, whoa, what are you doing? It's like Stewie now, apparently. Get off me.
I look up at Vader, look back at Nero, and I just can't help but smile.
Well, the ride was short while it lasted. Okay, so we've got Vader at the top. Next up would be Nero. He's off. We've got Edgar, who rolled low. Eldrin, you beat the initiative of the second wolf. Do you want to take an attack? What do you have on that?
Yeah. How far are the remaining wolves?
They're about 10 feet away from you.
I don't think I should waste anything important on this guy. I'm just gonna go for a good old firebolt.
Okay.
That would be a 12 to hit.
That is a hit.
Okay. And
Yeah.
1d10. That is 8 damage.
Okay. So Eldrin launches the firebolt at the second one. And the third one leaps and attacks. Actually, it's going to go for Edgar because he's a bit closer to the rest of them since they're So the second one leaps over the leader and passes right over Edgar. He actually ducked just in time. So now there's a wolf right behind you, Edgar. And Irsk, you are up for either, the one that just jumped behind Edgar, or there's two other ones if you have a ranged the other one with a ranged weapon.
Okay. I'm going to. So I'm like basically right next to the one that's jumped behind Edgar there.
Correct.
All right.
And
So
that's
I'm going.
he's fresh, by the way. He wasn't the one that
Right.
Eldron hit.
Gotcha. So I'm going to cast my Hunter's Mark on him real quick. And then we're going to. All right, then we're just going to take little 2-weapon hits here. So I'm going to swing with my scimitar.
Okay.
That would be an 11 to hit.
That is a hit.
And 8. That would be 8 damage.
Okay.
And then my short sword. That is a 16 to hit. Oh, wait. 16 to hit.
Okay, it's a hit.
Did you have your scimitar now?
Yeah, that was the first swipe.
Oh.
And then that's a 6. That's a 4. So 10.
No, it's a miss.
10 damage.
Oh, 10 damage. Sorry, 10 damage.
10
yes.
damage.
Okay, so Irsk comes up on the one that leapt over Edgar, deals one slice with the scimitar, another slice, and kills that second wolf right off. 2 quick swipes.
Nice.
And Kayleesha, actually, let me roll. Okay. Kayleesha, you have the last wolf. You have 2 wolves. There's two up at the front, and one has been damaged by Eldrin, and you have one that looks fresh. Your initiative. It's your initiative against one of the 2 of them.
Okay.
Either of them. Sorry.
How far are they away?
About 10 feet.
10 feet. Okay, so I'm going to use my longbow. Initiative is shit. Initiative is 4.
You don't use your initiative. You just do. That's just to figure out what order we attack in combat.
Oh.
Yeah, you rolled that already, and then he rolled against you, and it was low. So you've got
Okay.
that. Yeah.
All right.
So
So
you're
I
rolling
use
for a
my
hit
longbow.
with whatever you're.
Yeah.
Sweet. It is 14.
Is a hit.
Yes. Sweet. Let's see. And that is 7 damage.
Now, is that on the new one or the existing one?
Oh, crap. Let's go with the new one. Start
Okay.
knocking him down a little bit.
Okay. 7 damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the one that Eldrin hit leaps and goes after Kazara. And okay. Can you roll for initiative, actually, Kazara?
Initiative again?
Yes, because this is going to be a fresh fight with this new one here.
Okay. 14.
You're okay. So you get initiative because he's backing off of where he is and coming towards you, and you win that initiative.
Okay.
So yeah, go for it. Roll.
All right. My hunter mark is going to move to him based on the last one being dead.
Okay.
I'm going to swing at him with my short sword, and that's a nat 20.
Ooh.
Nice. Okay.
So let me get 1d6. That's 4. Are we doing the double rule or the roll twice for crit?
Double.
Double. So that's
Yep.
8 plus my hunter's mark. That's another 4, so 12 plus my Colossus Slayer, which is a d8. So 20 damage.
So you basically pulverize this wolf into readiness for barbecue, absolutely destroyed. And the other wolf sees this and actually backtracks and leaps away from you and bolts away. He covers 40 feet in one attack.
Okay.
So he's 40 feet away.
Can I? Is there any attack of opportunities for anyone?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, so his attack was at, so you're the closest one, and you've got an advantage on, at this point you have an advantage for roll, because he's not even about to engage, so you're the lead of that column.
Okay.
So,
So in that case, my hunter's mark then moves to him, and I'll throw my boomerang at him.
what's that distance on that? Would that 40 feet is covered in that?
Yeah, it's 60 feet.
Okay, all right.
That's going to be another nat 20. Dear God, these dice love me tonight. Another nat 20 to hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
This won't be quite as much damage. It's only a d4 that I get to roll. Well, that's 4, so 8 plus 3, 11 plus, let me do my hunter's mark. So 16 plus my Colossus Slayer. So it was 16, 23 damage.
Yeah, so
How dead is
essentially,
It's just
so this
peaceful
whirlwind
fur.
here throws the boomerang. You hear it, and you don't see anything. All you see is literally a tuft of brown fur just floating from behind a rock. And the boomerang come back and slap into Kazara's hand with a few little, brown hairs, and he just sort of wipes them off and puts it back around his belt. So
Nice.
So the one-man show has taken care of all these wolves. Well done.
Teach you to bite me. I'm going to look at Vader and say, "You want to eat them?"
He just licks his chops.
Nero gets up. Well done. Well done.
We're really not splitting this whole thing with you, buddy. I'll give you points on the double flip, but you didn't stick the landing.
Well, I may have been riding on the wolf's shoulders, but at least she wasn't riding on all your shoulders like she's been for the past couple of weeks.
She didn't loot you before you were standing back up.
I've heard tell of that tale, for sure. I've heard tell.
All right. Shall we keep going then?
Okay.
I just want to ask Edgar if he wanted me to take some wolf meat to feed Vader later.
He's not a cannibal.
How about us?
Sorry.
Have some taste.
We got plenty of Jack's leftovers.
Fine. Can I take some chunks of wolf meat to
Absolutely.
replenish my rations? since,
Absolutely.
There's some cooked meat already since he casted firebolt on one of them. So
Yeah.
Take it
Go for that one.
Well,
Start there.
certain section. I wouldn't say it's all of them, but yeah, there's a certain section that's medium well.
And how many rations do you think 4 dead wolves would give me?
That's good protein. Well, I mean the cooked part for sure, but the raw stuff will spoil after a couple of days. But you got at least good 3 rations. But you need to prepare that to make it transportable. Like
Right.
wolf
We're not
jerky
building
sort
a
of thing.
fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just give me 4 hours, okay?
I know we just started, but let's take a short rest real quick,
Yeah, smoke some meat.
Well, I could just like do a little cantrip and go like zoot, and like it cooks, because I
No.
I lit a little. No,
You can't put the raw wolf meat in your purse.
Hill giant there, dead
I
wolves
was
there.
gonna do a
Go that
cantrip.
way.
get your own tots.
At this point, Kazara's just going to start walking up again.
Okay,
I-
so you guys keep walking, and you come
Fine.
to
buy wolf meat.
a clearing area that it's still on the ridge, but it sort of slides down towards where the road was, and there's not a forest, but there's definitely a thicket of trees. And from what you guys remember, you guys definitely think this is where one of the attacks came from of the hill giant. So it definitely is coming down. It sort of gives you a view over the road, and then it sort of arches towards the sort of continuous up towards definitely the mountains.
I think he's probably in the mountains.
Any entryway of a cave or anything?
You don't see anything like that right now?
Do you think we could start? Probably a good idea to start stealthing our way up at this point. Talking to the group, I guess.
Yeah, can we bounce from boulder to boulder all nimbly bimbly?
Well, I'm going to give you a -4 just because you said nimbly bimbly.
Oh no!
I'm not all wibbly wobbly.
Can you roll a perception, Kazara, please?
Here we go again. That is going to be a 12.
Okay, so you notice at the split that there's faint humanoid footprints that were heading down to this ridge.
It looks like some humans passed through here. Maybe they were friends of the giants. Maybe the people in which we murdered.
It's not our own tracks, right? We're not walking in circles right now.
Nope.
That'd be embarrassing.
There's no rabbits there. There's no rabbit's paw.
So not
do we
rabbit
still
hands.
see the giant tracks?
Yes, so Kazara would look and he could see tracks going up towards that general area off towards the upper right.
I recommend we follow the big ones.
Are the giant and the human tracks going the same way, or?
No, they diverge. So this would be the
Interesting.
diverge point. Yep.
Ooh.
All right. Looks like some humans went that way and the giants that way. So our bounty is the giant. I say we just go find him and take him out as quickly as possible.
Most likely the human tracks are going to be the encampment of Laurent. So let's keep heading towards the giant tracks.
Okay.
Makes sense.
How fresh are the human tracks? Can I tell?
Yeah.
Roll for perception, please.
That's going to be an 18.
Okay, so you can tell that they're more than a day old. So since your battle, this hasn't been traveled.
Gotcha.
Yeah, those tracks, they're not new, they're old. Probably, you're right, Laurent. Let's just go handle these giants. Aren't this giant? I hope there isn't more than one. God.
Don't put any ideas in the DM's head.
You guys took him down too easily. There's the second giant just showed up. It's his mom.
All right, so I'm gonna turn back and look at you guys, and I'm gonna say, all right, hear me out. And I'm gonna snap, and I'm gonna say, baby giant, and I'm gonna use disguise self on myself and turn myself into a large baby giant.
What size difference? Like, what's your?
Well, man, I'm a baby giant, so this is probably not gonna work, right? So
with
giant.
alter self, you can only stay a normal medium-sized creature.
Right,
So
but
you're
that's
gonna be
why I'm a baby
medium-sized.
giant.
Baby giant.
So I have a big wool diaper on, and I have a little Bam Bam club, and I'm gonna walk ahead as a little baby giant. I can, I mean, medium goes up to 6 foot something. So I think a little baby giant.
So what you're saying is, you're going to be the lead, then, are you?
Yes.
That's fine.
Yeah.
No,
Are you
who
gonna
also
try and
doesn't
draw 'em
speak
out?
giant? Baby giants. They don't speak giant either.
How tall is Edgar now?
No, I'm the same size. I just look like a giant baby giant.
Oh,
Wow,
okay.
I'm just
This is
picturing
totally-
Stewie walking up this.
Excuse me.
This is
Excuse
totally
me.
not going to work. But
Will Wheaton.
What's a bana?
Okay, this is derailed. Okay, so you're going to lead then. You're going to take the lead under this guise of a baby hill giant, correct?
yes,
Okay.
Is Edgar trying to draw the giant out, or is he just trying to find out where he's at? Or
Well, hill giants are stupid. So I want to see what I can make them do.
I was wondering if you're trying to draw him out, we could set a trap.
Look,
An ambush.
Kazaro, you and I both know that this bounty is way too easy for the both of us, so we might as well have a little fun with it.
Wow. Jesus.
Wow.
Kazara's gonna just sit there, blank-faced. Well, he's not wrong.
And if
Now,
it doesn't
baby,
work,
baby
he's the
giant
first
it
one to
is.
get hit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Fair enough. I guess let's follow him and see what happens. And I'd like to go into stealth and stay behind him pretty close, but stealth behind the rocks that are there if they're still there.
Okay, so we've got Edgar waddling up the path. Who's after him? So then we got Kazara, who's like in stealth mode.
Yep, I'm trying to stealth it up.
Where's Vader at this point?
He's with Nero, wherever you want Nero to be.
Far away from you. So I'll go. Who wants to be next?
I'd like to go also stealthily too.
So Irsk, okay. Then we'll do Eldrin. Then we'll do Kayleesha. And then we'll do Vader and Nero.
Don't be looking at my ass, halfling.
Oh, I've got an ass better than yours, my love. So you walk up. So you're like just completely not trying to hide yourself, nothing, right? Edgar, sorry.
Oh,
What's that?
You're just like sort of just blindly walking up
Oh, yeah.
in the
sure.
general direction. Because I mean, the path only leads one way, sort of snakes around towards the top. Okay. So you come up to sort of a rise, and you see an entrance carved out of the hillside, and it's got rough-hewn tree stumps sort of framing the opening, but you don't see a giant anywhere. But you can tell that this thing is definitely where the hill giant would have its lair.
Sounds
Everyone else is sort of standoffish. You're just sort of, I mean, you can do what you want at this point. You're just, this is where you come up from. You're basically coming up to this area, and whatever's in this area is going to know you're there within moments.
good. Well, that's
All
what we're
right,
here
Edgar,
for.
go do baby giant things.
Is there any place where Kazara could get kind of set up?
No, this is now cleared out. So it's like this ridge. You got this mountainside and a sort of a ridge of maybe 60 square feet of just flattened area. And then another massive ridge, just like 120 feet upwards.
All right. So before I keep walking, I'm going to go ahead and use one of my first level spells. And I'm going to cast Comprehend Languages so I can understand I can't speak it, but I'll be able to. I'm just a baby. I can't talk anyway. So I'm going to cast Comprehend Languages so that maybe I can understand what the giants, if there's more giants in there, see what they're saying to each other.
Are you sure it's not both ways?
No, I understand the meaning of any spoken language. I can also understand written languages. I don't think giants write too much though. It's just understanding languages. I can't speak it. That's a different spell which I don't have.
Okay, so you cast it, and you don't perceive anything being said. In fact, there's
Okay,
just
it lasts for an hour, luckily. So
Okay.
I'm just going to keep.
All right.
I'm going to keep it open.
Can
just
you
in case
roll?
I hear anything?
Can you roll for perception, please?
Sure can. Seven. I'm just a baby giant.
So
Doing baby giant things.
I'm really in character right now. I'm feeling it.
So out from the opening, what you see is a direwolf leaps from the opening
Oh,
and comes at you. I'll give you a dexterity.
Oh, for the love of God.
Does the direwolf say anything?
Yum. No.
He has comprehend languages.
Does baby want a little binky?
I am not changing Edgar's diapers after this.
Yeah, I just shit my wool diaper,
I am not.
and that's a
changing.
giant turd. That's a baby giant baby turd. Yeah, that's a 7.
Okay.
Are we all rolling initiative or just
No, this is a
No, I
surprise
was-
attack on Edgar.
I
Baby,
take it for the team a lot for this team. Just throwing it out there.
Wow, it just throwing it out there. You are a giant man baby walking up to the lair of a giant.
so
mean,
a dire
We'll go for him.
a dire wolf leaps from just the opening of the cave, leaps at this baby giant Edgar, and drives his full mouth, absolutely full mouth, into him, delivering 15 hit points of damage,
Dear God.
ripping chunks of flesh out of you.
God.
does he get a dex save for that?
He already
no,
did.
I
He-
failed.
yeah, he failed it.
Oh. Ouch.
Yeah. So the dire wolf doesn't give a crap that you're pretending to be a hill giant. You smell nothing like his master.
You know what?
So, roll for initiative, please.
Natural 20.
Yeah, 17.
Okay, you get initiative. So the dire wolf that just mauled you, doing some pretty big damage on you, sort of has an unsure footing, actually slips, giving you complete advantage on your attack. So whatever you'd like to do. You said he had a baby club, right? What's his baby club?
Oh no, it's just an illusion. It's not really a club.
Okay.
No, I'm going to react from the pain, and I'm going to cast Mind Spike. Really pissed off with this dire wolf, and he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, just give me a second here. Okay, and he fails.
Okay, and so I take this psychic knife and I just drive it right into the side of his head, and he takes 18 points of psychic damage.
Jesus. Okay, let me get my calculator out here. Jesus. 18?
Yep.
Too late for math. Psychic dagger, so like this is an imaginary dagger, almost like a psionic dagger, basically, or just a spell.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. So you guys, from your various perches of safety, or Nero's case, he doesn't even see anything because he's so far behind. This dire wolf jumps from the gaping entrance, slashes and bites and takes a chunk out of Edgar, loses its footing. Edgar turns around and sort of motions at this dagger as if he's holding something, and shoves it towards the dire wolf, and it definitely reacts. Definitely did some good damage. So you guys now have a round to get in with within range. You guys are about 25 feet away from this melee because you guys sort of let him sort of move forward.
Okay.
Are we all
Do we need to roll for initiative?
Yeah, what order?
Well, next up would be Kazara would be in order. Yeah, so you want to roll for initiative?
Okay. 24.
Okay, your initiative.
Okay.
And I'll roll for each of you guys after. You guys can roll now if you want, but just let me know as I come to your character. This is going to be Kazara, then Irsk, then Eldrin, then Kayleesha, then Vader, and then Nero.
I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the dire wolf.
Okay.
And then what I'm going to do is I am going to take the crossbow and take a shot at him, at this dire wolf. And that's going to be a 24 to hit.
That's a hit.
All right, so that's 1d8 damage. Let me get the right one here. 1d8. There you are. So 2 plus 3, 5 plus my Hunter's Mark. 8 plus my Colossal Slayer because he's already taken damage. 8 plus 5. That's going to be 13 points of piercing damage.
Damn. Okay. So Edgar lines up and launches a bolt at the dire wolf, smacking him back in the back, and it digs deep. And again, another yelp comes out. Edgar, can you roll for initiative, please?
$14.
Okay, 19. So out from the opening of the cave comes the hill giant holding a boulder. He launches it at Edgar. Misses him. Okay. So all this commotion now. 2 rounds of 2 yelps from the dire wolf. The hill giant comes out. He's got a boulder. He sees what's going on. First person he sees is this abomination of a hill baby, throws a stone at it and misses. So we now have the hill giant on the attack field. And so next up we have Eldrin.
15 total.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So question then, if you guys are so far behind the battlefield, it's Edgar, and you got the dire wolf and the hill giants, and these guys are all far behind. Initiative. It's not like the wolf would like necessarily leave you, Edgar, and then go and attack.
So the way initiative typically works is that we'd all roll it at the beginning, and then whatever number we are, we just go in that order. It doesn't go each time. Again, if there's a combat, we go in that order. So even the monsters or NPCs also roll, and it just goes in order about who had the highest roll down. And then once we get to the bottom, we start again at the top.
Okay. So did you guys roll for your initiative then? What did you guys went and ask for it before? Yeah. So what did you get? Irsk, what did you get?
Soft 20.
Okay. Elgin?
15.
Okay. Kayleesha?
18.
Vader?
Let's forget to roll for Vader. 9.
Okay. And Nero's not on Vader, by the way. He's with him, but he's not on him because he learned from his last time. Okay.
Edgar had 14.
Okay.
And Kazara had 24. This is big roll.
Wow.
That just happened. So.
But as far as that dire wolf goes, he's welcome to attack somebody else now. He can get the hell up off me right now if he wants to.
All right. So, Irsk.
All right. So I'm gonna now. We're all basically within the same area, correct?
Yeah, you're about 40 feet from Edgar and the hill giant, who's just breached the entrance of his cave or whatever, is about 50 feet away.
Okay, so I'm 40 feet away from the dire wolf.
Dire wolf, yes.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's go with. I'm just going to use some firebolt.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
That is a 21 to hit.
Okay, and that is a hit. Yeah. Okay.
And that would be a 4 for damage.
Okay. Elgin?
So how far away am I from the giant?
About 50 feet. So you guys are all sort of about 50 feet away because you're sort of in the same general area behind Edgar.
All right, so I'm actually going to charge up my full complement of 35 feet and then do a chilling touch. So we see a skeletal hand kind of grab onto the giant. Let's see if it connects. It is a 21 to hit.
So is it touch though?
No, it's got 120 feet.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
It's like a spectral skeletal hand that kind of latches onto him.
gotcha.
And we see one.
You're just going to ignore the baby giant getting mauled by a direwolf?
Yeah, no, he wants to square off with the giant.
That's cool. That's all right.
It's gonna be 8 damage. And for all intents and purposes, if he tries to heal himself, he can't heal himself for 1 round.
Yeah, I don't think the hill giant even understands what the word heal can mean. So 8 damage, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
He's gonna try to square up with the giant and like, hey, come get me. Like, no care for himself.
So basically, you put yourself in between the hill giant and everybody else.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Just sorry, doing math. It's hard. Okay. All right. Kayleesha, you're up.
Yes. How far away? I know the hill giant is about 25 feet away.
No, he's about 50 feet away from you.
Okay, 50 feet. How far away is the dire wolf from me?
Probably about 35, somewhere on there.
Okay, I don't like that Edgar is being puppy chow, so I'm gonna take out my longbow and try to get that guy.
Okay.
Shit. 6, 10.
That is a miss.
Shit. Sorry, Edgar. I tried.
Okay, so Vader's got an attack. He's about close to 40 feet away. He's at the tail end of the string there with Nero.
All right, so his speed is 40, so he's going to run that entire distance up to where the direwolf is, and he's going to make a bite attack.
Okay.
Direwolf.
Okay.
And that is a 16 to hit.
That is a hit.
And that does 2d4. That does 5 points of damage.
Okay. And then Nero takes out his crossbow, aims at Kayleesha. I mean, the direwolf, and 18. All right. It was a direwolf. Sorry, that was. Sorry, love. It was just. I don't know what happened. I said the wrong thing. Sorry. You were in my line of sight. What am I supposed to do?
Watch it happen.
He does 1 damage. Dang it.
Shock and grasp on your nuts and berries.
Good luck finding them, love. Okay, so so the dire wolf is looking very, very injured. He's not down yet, but he is definitely going to take advantage of being so close to Edgar. Wait a second. So, Eldrin, you jumped up into the fray, right? Actually,
Yep.
I'm going to do a percentage roll here. Okay. So, the direwolf sees that his master is in danger and leaps over Edgar to attack Eldrin and misses quite handily. So all this fray, all these attacks going on, the direwolf looks up, sees this character, this person between his master and himself, leaps over Edgar and tries to attack Eldrin, but misses. Now the hill giant. Ooh, what's your armor class, Eldrin? Let me see here.
18.
Wait a second. It's modifier.
What you got, giant? What you got?
He's got his club in his hand.
Bring it.
Okay, so he hits Well, technically he hits,
Well, give
depending on what
me
you do.
how much is it? Where does he hit?
He's got a 22.
All right, so he is going to use shield as a response to that.
Okay.
He waves his hand up, and the club bounces off of like a blue spectral shimmer.
So the hill giant looks down, sees this character in front of him, swings his substantial club, and boing, 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 comes off of this shimmering glue, and he's looking like, what the hell just happened? Now this is 1 per day, right? You can use that once.
That is a level 1 spell for me. So I got 3 more of those.
Nice. Okay.
And that lasts to the end of my next round.
Okay.
Eldrin, do you have to cast that before you know the result of the roll, or can that be?
No, it's a reaction. So if it hits me, then I can react to it and reflect it.
Okay, Eldrin, I'll give you the next attack then.
All right. So in response, I'm going to give him a good old firebolt, and that'll be a miss. It's going to be a 5 total.
Oof. Yeah. So he swings at you, puts you off balance. You try to cast the spell, and you're off balance, and you just miss it. It doesn't cast properly. All right. We've got Kazara now. You've got the giant on the field, and you've got this dire wolf that's basically right beside Eldrin.
Okay. Kazara's gonna move up. You said that we're 40 feet away.
Yes.
Kazara's gonna move up his full 30 feet up to be 10 feet away from him, and then he's going to take out his boomerang and he's going to throw it at the dire wolf.
Okay.
And that's going to be a 21 to hit.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. It's going to be 3 plus 3, 6 plus Hunter's Mark. 10 plus my D8 of Colossus Slayer. That's going to be 11 points of damage.
So Kazara launches his boomerang, hits, and a deathly blow to the dire wolf, and kills him off the field. And boom, comes back to his hand.
Nice.
Wow.
It's a deadly boomerang.
It is.
Yeah, right?
With that Hunter's Mark, my God, that's deadly.
Hunter's Mark and Colossus Slayer.
Yeah.
Deadly combo.
All
and
right.
that's gonna do it for Kazara's turn.
I hope so. All right. Irsk, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna cast my Hunter's Mark on the giant. I'm gonna close some distance there too. So like 20 of my 30 feet.
Okay.
And then I am going to cast Ice Knife at the giant.
Okay.
And that is a 17 to hit.
That is a hit.
So as the this ice knife flies through, it hits the giant. Hits him, dealing. We're looking at 10. Yeah. That is 9 damage.
Okay.
After that, the knife explodes, and we will cause 2d6 cold damage after the explosion. And that would be 9 plus the 6 for my Hunter's Mark, so an 11 damage
After the 9. Okay.
after the 9, so 20 total.
Ooh, I did my math right. Ooh, nice.
Bonus.
DM feels smart. DM feels smart. Okay. So, yeah, okay. So you close the distance. So how much you went? 35 feet, you said?
I would say about 20, 25 feet.
So you're about
Yeah,
the
about-
same distance then as you're beside Edgar, essentially.
Edgar,
Okay.
and yeah, I'm
All right.
in the
So we've
fray.
got Eldrin, level 1. We've got level 2. Just give me a second here. All right. Kayleesha?
Is the giant still 50 feet away from me?
Yeah, you have not moved.
Okay. I'm going to take another shot at him with my longbow. And I got a 14.
That's a hit. Wow. Okay, it's a hit.
14 hits. Wow.
Yep.
Big target, I guess. Big
Yep.
target.
Okay.
He's got to have a
Is that
ton of
it?
hit points then.
He did.
And that is a 10 damage.
Okay.
Sorry, 12 damage.
Oh, 12. Okay.
Yeah, I can add today.
Okay. All right. We have Vader.
Charles, I feel like Edgar hasn't gone in a while. He's definitely not gone since Vader went
Shit.
last.
Sorry. Yep. Edgar.
Edgar hate continues. Is this because I called it an easy bounty? Is that why?
Exactly. Says you're going to take care of this hill giant, no problem. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, that's
Did you
just why.
change your
Sorry about that.
diaper yet?
You're at the start. You have to start. Sorry about that.
I hope you
How far
cleaned
is he
up
away
on
from
your
me
weight.
now, the giant?
You're about maybe 10 feet away from him.
10 feet? Okay.
Yeah.
And how tall is he?
Let's see. He is.
Did we get a description of the giant?
He's ugly. He's quite pear-shaped. His head is growing out of his shoulders. He's got a constant look of dumbness, and he has a huge club. And he is. Let's see what kind of height
Has a
is he
giant
at?
personality.
I would say he's probably 15, 16 feet tall, somewhere around there.
Okay. So I would like, if you think this is plausible, I would like to run, because he's only 10 feet away from me. I'm going to try to basically run around him, flank him, and I want to try to crawl up this dude's back.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to basically grapple him. Or
Okay.
just, grab the back. And I'm going to whisper some sweet nothings into his ear. And I'm going to, and by sweet nothings, I mean the most horrible thing this thing has ever heard. And I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers. So a melody starts playing in his ear, but it's horrific in nature. And he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Well, before you get to that point, would there be a dexterity saving throw where you actually make it on his back and all the way up?
Well, if you want to have me do an athletics check on that.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
At least
okay.
that. Yes.
Yeah, let me do an athletics check on that.
Wouldn't that be acrobatics? Not athletics. Because
Since he said grapple, it's probably athletics.
athletics deals more with like running and jumping, where acrobatics would be climbing. Because
Yeah, I can run it as either. I'll just run it as acrobatics.
Yeah. Just give me a D20 roll. I'll be okay. Call it what you want.
Edgar freeze up.
Big
there.
difference in modifiers, though.
Ah, back.
Oh, that's
16. 16 was the number.
That'll do it. That'll do it. That'll do, donkey.
All right. And then
So-
wisdom saving throw from the giant.
Okay. Let me. Oh Jesus. Fuck. Okay. So whisper your sweet nothings.
All right. And he takes, guess that's second level.
Your mother smelled of elderberries.
I told him we already got one.
14 points of psychic damage. And now, unfortunately, I'm on this dumbass thing's back.
So you're literally like sort of holding on to his neck, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. So we get back to Vader, who's supplanted your attack, but you just wisely took yours. So Vader and Nero are at the back. What would you like them to do? They're the furthest away. Well, he's the furthest away.
So Vader had come up to where I was to attack the direwolf. So
That's
he's
true.
about 10
You're
feet
right.
away.
You're right. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
He's just going to make his normal bite attack
Okay.
at this thing's ankles.
Right.
And that's a 19 to hit.
That's a hit.
And 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
You went for the Achilles heel.
But if you get the imagery here, there is a baby giant on the back of a real giant. So it does look great though.
It's not lost.
It looks true.
That is worth a moment of pause.
Yes.
Did you change yourself before you jumped on the giant?
No, it's just a father-son moment going on right now.
Ooh. Smelly.
They're playing knifey spoony.
It's like mini me on the Austin Powers the character. All right, and Nero will stay safely away from the fray and miss with his crossball.
Yeah,
He's getting nothing.
Whatever happening.
Hey,
Told
if it
you guys.
wasn't for
Throw
him,
a
you wouldn't have
nasty
healing
potato.
potions. Come on.
Let's see if we use them first.
Okay, so we've got in the fray, right up in the front, we've got Edgar on the back. That's going to be the natural action for the hill giant would be to remove said baby off his neck.
To be fair, he does have Eldrin like scowling at him right in front of him too.
Yeah, but he's literally grappling his neck, and I get that part, but I think that would be his natural movement would be like to get this thing off his. What's your armor class?
You want to just do strength checks?
Yeah, yes. Let's do that.
I mean, I'm probably gonna lose because I have a -2. I think on my strength.
Okay.
Oh.
He rolled an 8.
A giant rolled an 8.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, he rolled an 8. I'm not saying that. I
Add
can't.
his strength modifier. And
Yeah.
9, baby, 9.
Yeah, so he's got 13. So that beats you, right?
What you said you had? You said you had 8.
He rolled an 8, and he's got a
Oh,
plus
God.
5 strength modifier.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Didn't want to bring up your
Wow.
expectations. This is going to be a cakewalk. What are you worried about?
Fine.
So he reaches back, rips you off his neck, and slams you to the ground, which is sort of an odd damage. Let's see what that
I would
be.
just probably run that as an unarmed strike for the.
Okay.
Well,
And
I don't know.
I mean, how far is he tossing him? If you could maybe just do fall damage.
yeah, it would be fall damage. I would go with.
He would do more than fall damage. Is his natural momentum. There's no way I could get away with just fall damage.
Okay. So then
Trying to
he's
help you.
I would at least mathematically double fall damage. I guess. So like
okay.
D8 per 10 feet. So I guess 2 D8 damage.
Okay.
D6.
A D6.
I'm sorry, D6.
2d6.
10 damage.
All right, and Edgar is out cold.
Oof.
Ooh.
So he returns to his original non-giant form.
Yeah, so he's back to himself and bloody as hell.
Okay. So you're at 0 basically?
Oh, I'm out. Yeah.
Okay. So like
So
death
on my turn,
saving
I'll
throw-
just do. Yeah, on my turn, I'll just do whenever it gets around to me. I'll just do my death saving throws.
Okay.
Did Vader already go? Vader just went, right?
Everyone went. Yeah, so that was a giant's attack. So we're actually back at the start. So Edgar, let's run through your saving throws.
All right, first one. Let's see, is it? It's 11 or higher for a success,
Mhm.
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, I got a 10, so that's One down for me. So
No.
You want to run them all now? Or you want to wait?
I'll just wait through.
Yeah,
I'll
because
just do an
somebody
extra.
can stabilize
All
him or
right,
something.
cool.
Okay.
All right, we've got Kazara. You're up.
All right. Kazara's going to close the rest of the distance between the giant and myself, and he's
Okay.
going to swing his short sword at him. And that's going to be a 22 to hit. Oh, also the hunter's mark does move to him as well.
Oh,
Forgot
of
to
course.
mention that.
Of course
Yeah.
it would naturally.
Yeah. All right. So is that a hit? 22?
Yes, it is. Yeah, 22. It's a hit, yeah.
All right. So 2 plus...
Why don't you throw your boomerang and like deliver 75,000 points of hit point damage for Christ's sake?
2 plus 3, so 5 plus my d6. So 9 plus my d8 for Colossus Slayer. Here, so let's see, 14 points of damage.
Okay.
And then as my bonus action, I'm going to swing with my other short sword at him.
Okay.
And that's going to be a 14 to hit.
That is a hit. Not that I'm rooting for anybody, of course, but whatever.
That's going to be 9 points of damage.
So Kazara sent to another plane.
All right. All of this damage I could do before that.
Whatever. Okay, Irsk, you're up.
All right, I'm going to cast Zephyr Strike as a spell slot. It's basically I move like the wind now, increasing my walking speed, running speed to 60 feet. I also get an extra D8 force damage on a hit.
Cool.
And with that, I'm going to close the distance and take a swing with my scimitar.
Okay.
And that is a soft 20, right? Yes, soft 20 to hit.
That is a hit.
And let's see, 6. So that's 10 plus my hunter's mark, which is 16 plus. That's 21 damage.
So Irsk comes into the fray, launches an attack, and fells this giant, slams on the ground. Boom! You all jump up. The lifeless body of Edgar, of course, jumps up a little bit, but just falls back down again, does nothing. Not very impressive. And from 45 feet away, all you hear from Nero is, "Yes!"
Oh,
The hill giant is dead.
That was quick.
And so is Edgar, by the way, but that's beside the point.
Hey, I still got more saving throws.
Well, I know, but no, he's not looking too good. You guys rolled. So why don't you roll that, Edgar?
If we bring his health above 0, does it automatically stabilize him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then Kazara's going to go up to him and cast, going to use my last spell slot and cast Cure Wounds on him to heal him for 1d8.
Okay.
How far below 0 are you?
I was at -2.
You gain 4 health back.
So you're at 2.
the whole time, Kayleesha's holding her scimitar at her side, watching Kazara like a hawk.
At least she's not already on the giant looting them, so come a long way.
Or Edgar.
I had
Or the dire wolf.
out for my turn, and the giant went and died.
She's measuring herself up to this new dire wolf pelt. Ooh, this could be cool.
I drape it around my neck. Oh no, my ear fell off. Oh.
So Edgar opens his eyes. He's startled and he just yells, "I'll take you at your part. I'll take you both together." And he's like, where am I? If you don't get the reference, I don't know you.
I couldn't hear you. I was putting my ear back on.
So the giant, everyone's dead at this point. So you guys have complete control. What you want to do next? Edgar is
Vader's getting a
stabilized.
huge treat. Vader's getting a huge sausage.
Dumbo sauce.
He's going to grab it
Take the dagger and cut it off.
with my new dagger.
Dagger, you're gonna need like a halberd to take that thing off.
You want me to cook that for you?
And I'm going to hand it to Nero to carry. Earn your,
Very
earn,
funny.
earn your pay, halfling.
Nero, grab the club.
Yeah.
Which one?
We'll take both back. See which one he wants.
You get paid for both.
Kayleesha, as the elation of the battle comes to to this crescendo, and the adrenaline is just running, you sense something on the side of the giant that you have just now noticed, and it is a unicorn's horn stuffed into the side of his side belt. It is bloodied at the top, and it's just shoved there almost as a trophy. And you feel immediately an immense rush of hatred, absolute death to this giant. And you cannot resist the temptation to run to this giant and understand what type of evil creature could have killed a unicorn.
I'm going to run at him and start smacking him with my scimitar over and over and over again.
So you guys all see this. Kayleesha just sort of bursts from nowhere, slashing at this dead giant.
Angry tears running down my face. I don't
You
even
guys
know I'm
don't
crying.
understand this emotion, where it's coming from. This creature is dead, and she is like literally freaking out, slashing at this dead creature.
About time she starts doing something fun.
I don't even hear him. I'm just so angry. I am completely in a zone. I don't even have any perception of what's going on with anybody else right now.
I'm going to respond to that by taking out some ink and a quill from my pouch, and I'm going to sign the club.
Kazara's going to see this, and he's going to go over and start wailing on this dead body too with his short swords, just because Kayleesha seems to be very happy with it. So he's trying to make amends and is going to go and start wailing on it too.
Okay. All right.
Is this
Eldrin's going to
an
pick up
Office
the
Space
unicorn horn.
What's that?
Eldrin's going to pick up the horn and see if there's anything special about it, or if it's just a horn that was pulled off of a unicorn.
Well, roll please for do a wisdom check, please.
Wisdom.
And include your modifiers and everything.
16 total.
Okay, so you pick up the horn and you realize that, holy crap, this is a unicorn horn. This is worth a lot of money. This is a rare item. So, Kayleesha, while you're wailing on this dead body in a rage of anger and unimaginable hate, you see Eldron pick up the unicorn, look at it, it's like, hey, cool. We got some money here. And he sort of holds on to it like he's going to be taking it.
I'm going to look at Eldron and say, don't you dare. I don't ask for a lot. This is just not some artifact that you could just go run to town with and whatever. Put it down.
He tosses it at Kayleesha just to appease her. He does not want to fight with a woman.
Wow.
I'm going to grab it and fall to my knees and just burst into tears.
Okay. You do that.
Eldrin just awkwardly pats her on the head.
While this is going on, can I search the giant's body and see if there's anything else on him?
No, that was it. It was just that the horn was the only thing that's on his side, almost as if like a little trophy. The club is there, of course, which is the main quest item. So, Kayleesha, you are beside yourself with grief, with anger, and you come to a point where you realize, where did this horn come from? And suddenly, you have an unbelievable desire to find out what is in that cave.
It's fresh blood.
It's
Fresh
relatively
blood.
fresh blood, but it's not like it's been there for days and weeks. It's relatively fresh blood. Yes.
Right.
Does it look like there's drag marks going towards the cavern?
No.
I'd like to run up to the door of it and take a look inside using my dark vision.
Okay.
I can see 60 feet, I believe.
While they're doing this, I'm going to drink my potions.
That's a great idea. Change your diaper. Jeez.
I've reverted back to baby giant form, and I'm now just sitting on his face. I'm just going to take a shit on his face while I drink my healing potion.
So gross.
Sit on my face and tell me that you love me. I'll sit on your face and tell you I love you too.
That's what he told him he was going to do when he whispered in his ear, "You die, I'm going to."
I'm going to shit all over these
Full
walls.
circle, baby.
I would.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna fart in your mouth.
It's on your face.
This is not Dungeons and Dragons. This is Dungeons and Debauchery.
Have you watched the
Shit
last
all
few
over these
episodes?
walls.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I am crying right now. I'm not laughing. Damn it.
Charles
I
had
would
this
like-
very sad moment all lined up, and there's just all kinds
Shitting
of
on a giant's face.
Ruined it.
You guys are like Dairy Queening his face. That's wonderful. All right. So,
All right.
Irish, you come up to the entrance, and first of all, the pungent stench, first of all, is the first thing that affronts you. It smacks you in the face. And with your night vision, you see off to the right-hand side, there's a boulder sitting on top of a crushed unicorn with its head coming out the other side. And clearly, this is where the hill giant just ripped the horn from. And you see at the back of the cave, behind this sort of shimmering area, another unicorn that is alive, but does not look very well at all. So, Kayleesha, you're at this point, you're holding this horn in your hands, and you're looking at Irsk, and you have this realization that's like, this is probably where it came from. So you bolt to the entrance of the cave. Do you have night vision as well?
I do, up to 60 feet.
So you see exactly what Irsk just saw. You see a crushed,
Tears are streaming.
absolutely,
My face.
probably
I go
the-
into the cave. I go over to the dead unicorn, and I pet its head and tell him how sorry I am. And I approach it. Does the unicorn at the back of the cave, does it look like a grown unicorn or a baby unicorn?
it is probably juvenile, but it's not a fully grown, but it's not a infant, or nor it doesn't look like it definitely looks younger than the one that is crushed and dead.
Okay. I'm going to hold out my hand to it. I'm still crying and say I'm so sorry.
Well, your hand stops at this shimmering barrier because you can't penetrate it. And it looks up at you very weakly and understands that out of all the creatures it's seen in the past weeks, that this is the only creature that it would ever have wanted to see in front of it. And you get a sense of comfort, but also a sense of dread from it.
Did you say that there's a barrier holding it back, like around?
Correct. It's sort of like in this sort of little alcove, and there's a shimmering wall protecting the sort of entrance. It's in a fortified area.
I'd like to walk up to Kayleesha and kind of wrap my arm around her shoulders and just say, "It's a damn shame what happened right here. Can I borrow a healing potion?"
What did you do with yours?
Read the room, man.
Kayleesha
Read the
says
room.
anything or
I-
stabs him.
I
I
got
already-
a shocking grasp him.
I already drank mine, and I'm still hurting.
I'm gonna look up at him, pause, crying for a moment, like
I'm just gonna give her a smile. I'm just gonna give her a
Take it
smile.
out
Hold
of-
my hand.
take it out of my backpack. Just take it. Just take it.
Eldrin's gonna hand him both of his potions as well.
For that comment, he gets both of them.
just kind of appease the situation. Yeah, again, there's no scorn like a woman.
I'm gonna return my gaze to the juvenile unicorn.
Does the
Hold out
unicorn
my
look like he's trapped in there, or is he protecting himself?
I think he's protecting himself.
No, he's okay.
Yeah, we'd have to do a little investigation.
Oh,
Yeah. So can you roll
Sorry.
for Kayleesha? Can you roll? Well, Eldrin, actually, you asked the question. Can you roll, please, for investigation, please?
19 total.
Okay. So you look at that and you see that this juvenile unicorn is being held captive in this area.
oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
It instinctively, he has that rod of dispel. He's gonna tap it against the force field holding him in to see if it'll if it's high enough level to dispel that force field.
So you tap this rod against it, and you remember that crap. What's the
I don't
action
have-
word?
Yeah, I don't have the word. Well, I'm out of ideas.
mm, this force field. Does it look electrical? Does it look like it's a spell that was cast?
The force field. Roll a perception, please, just to. I mean, you want to identify it exactly.
What is wrong with all of my rolls today?
Because you're
9.
emotional. You just look at this
I
thing
am
and you see this.
emotional.
You're looking at this as like a. It's just a.
It's killing me. It's
Yes,
like
because you cannot get
killing
through it.
me.
There's nothing you
Yeah.
can do right now to get through that.
Charles,
Yeah.
there's something I'd like to try after that if I can.
You're good to go.
There's a berry here, so I'm not sure if this will work, but I'm going to attempt. I have one first level spell slot available left, and I'm going to attempt to cast Speak with Animals again to see if I can communicate with this unicorn.
Okay. All right. So you do. I mean, it's just there's okay. So it's just a first level spell, right?
Yeah, I'm not just casting it. I wouldn't be sure if the barrier that is there would allow the magic of the spell to go through.
Okay.
To the unicorn.
Okay, I get you. Yeah, it is a magical barrier that needs to be dispelled, so it would not penetrate that wall.
Okay.
And so Nero comes up behind and says, "Look, I understand that this is all just very, very sad, and we're all very, very emotional at this moment. But right out there, we have the Hill Giants Club. We can bring it back to Kark, and we can be done with all this. Why don't we finish this adventure and maybe come back for the unicorn? I mean, there's nothing we can do right now, right? I mean, really, I think it's time we examine what we really have to do here."
Eldrin kind of whacks him on the head with the rod and says, "No, we need to find the word to make this work so that we can get this unicorn out.
Brilliant idea. Where's the word?
Maybe we should check the encampment the other way that Laurent went. Maybe there's something there."
What's the Elvish word for friend? Can we try that?
No,
Melon.
you cannot. No. Wait, what is it? It's
Melon.
Melon. You all do it, bastards. All right. So what do you guys do? So Eldrin suggests to go back to the encampment, or at least the other area there.
That's not a bad idea. I'm kind of with him on that. I don't think we should all take off.
Kazara never went into the cave. He stayed outside, so he's just guarding the club.
I think that the unicorn's protected by the barrier, even more so than it is being imprisoned. So maybe getting the word for this rod to help him out would be the ideal solution right now.
Since I left Kayleesha's backpack open, can I try to do a sleight of hand against her perception and try to take the unicorn horn?
Dude!
Ooh.
Absolutely, yes.
Ugh.
Ooh.
It's a natty one.
Wow. So, Kayleesha, while all this is going on and people are talking, you literally feel this encumbered hand feel you up, essentially,
Yeah.
trying to be stealthy, shoving itself inside your backpack, trying to grab the unicorn, ends up grabbing your rope or something in the back, and you turn around and you see Edgar, essentially trying to feel your backpack up.
I'm going to spin around, grab his wrist, turn his body around, and hold it up against his back and say, dude, what gives with you?
And so since I'm holding the rope, I'm like, oh, you like that dirty shit too, huh?
I'm going
Spider
to take
daddy.
him, since I'm still holding his wrist up behind his back, and I'm going to shove him towards Nero. And I said, go over with the halfling. You two belong together.
Maybe some other time. I'm just going to walk over there.
Wow. Suddenly I'm with the brigands and the decrepit handbaggers. Thank you very much. First it's rats, now it's incapable thieves. Wonderful.
I feel the need to stay with the unicorn while everybody else searches the encampment.
Okay. So who
So,
doubles back
gonna-
towards the encampment? So obviously
I'm in.
Kayleesha's not going anywhere.
Kazara
I'm
will
gonna
go down
sit
to the encampment.
cross-legged in the cave in front of the barrier, just looking at the unicorn.
Okay.
Kayleesha, there might be loot there for you to get.
It's a dead. It's a rock. Okay, I'm going to search the cave. I would like to search the cave
There's
to see if
loot
there's
or
any
a
magical
unicorn.
switches to turn off the thingamajigger, the barrier.
There's nothing.
Vader,
Yeah. Yeah.
Vader and I will stick around with Kayleesha as well. We'll stay in the cave, sniff around.
We know why Edgar's sticking around.
He still has the rope.
Yeah, give me my rope back. I'm gonna need
Privacy. Fine.
50 Shades of Edgar.
All right. So who's heading back? We got Eldron and Kazara going back towards the
And I am.
encampment. Okay,
Yeah, I
Nero.
am.
All right, and then Nero is just going to stick around, waiting for you guys to decide to go back to the Longhouse with the club that is essentially his only reward. So he stays there. So you guys double back. You come down. You come down to the clearing, and you see the same. So Kazara, you see the same footprints. Nothing new has happened since you guys passed there. You're at least a day from the last time that anyone's traveled this area. And the footprints lead to a clearing within the sort of forest, little grouping of trees. I wouldn't call it a forest, a grouping of trees. And you see a sort of encampment. You see a couple of tents. You see a cooking area. You see a few sort of boxes and bags to the side of either the tents. But you don't see anyone there at all.
All right.
Do any of the tents look more imposing than any of the other ones that might be like the leader's tent?
Yes, you see one tent is designed for more men, and you see one that is designed for one.
Kazara's going to head to the tent that's designed actually for more men, and he's going to search around in there and see if he finds anything.
Yeah, I'm going to head to the other one. Maybe it's Laurent's tent. See if maybe he can find some clues on the rod.
Okay, so Kazara, you walk into the brigand's tent, and you see 6 cots there, and you see a couple of boxes at the front, like almost like storage lockers, as it were. And you see on one side you've got a weapons rack, and on that weapons rack you see 4 longbows and 4 long swords and 1 halberd leaning up against that. And then you see various little things on the cots.
Okay. Does it seem like any of these weapons have any are special, or do they just seem like normal weapons?
They're normal weapons, yeah. I mean, they
Okay.
would be worth money if you're just to sell them straight up, but there's nothing magical whatsoever.
Kazara will pick up the halberd for sure.
Okay.
And that's probably all that he would pick up.
Okay. Eldrin, you walk into the larger tent, and you see a nice bed. You see a work table. You see a storage locker.
Bed.
What's that?
I take a nap on the bed.
All right. So
It's like,
everyone
you guys even want to
spells.
go back?
So you see the bed. You see the sort of like the work table, storage locker, and you see some nice carpets and stuff like that. But nothing more than that. You don't see a weapons rack or anything, but you see those three main items.
Do I see any like papers or anything scattered around that maybe give me a clue to?
On the table, you definitely see a stack of papers.
I'm going to search through them, see if there's any useful information.
Okay, on the so you go through the papers. The first paper one of the papers that you find is scroll, and you see on the first scroll, command word prison.
Definitely going to pocket that one.
Okay, and you continue to rifle through, and you find a letter with a seal. It's been sealed. The seal's been broken, but you can clearly tell that the seal matches the tattoo that you saw on Laurent's arm.
Definitely got to pick that up and take a read.
Okay, so you read that letter, and it says, Eljon Emberspark is in the region and possibly working locally. Keep an eye out for him. And underscored 3 times, and keep him alive. Signed, Biggs Shadowstep.
Well, that's definitely concerning to Eldrin, but he's going to pocket that as well and keep searching through to see if there's anything else.
I would like to say that while he's doing this, I kind of sneak up to the flaps of the tent and kind of keep an eye in on there. Not walk in, but just to peek in on what he's doing in there. Just to
if Ersk is walking into the tent, I'm going to hand him that letter with the seal. Not really say anything, but continue to search through.
Wow. Okay. So, Ersk, you read this?
Yeah. I'll then. I want to watch him what he's searching through, to see what he's pocketing, and then I think I'll confront him about what he found.
So he offers you the letter. You don't take it. You just sort of look at him.
Oh, if he sees me at the tent, then yes, I'll take the letter.
So he sees it, and he hands it to you. Yeah.
I will take the letter.
Okay.
Do
you want to read it, or you just want to hold on to it?
I'd like to. I want to know.
Okay. So you open the letter, and then you read the exact same thing. Eljon Emberspark is in the region and possibly working locally. Keep an eye out for him, and underlined and all capitals, and keep him alive. Signed, Biggs Shadowstep. Sorry.
As he's rustling through the paper, he's going to say, I told you that these people are going to be a problem, but he's going to keep searching for any kind of clues on the rod.
They sound like more of a personal problem.
It's definitely a long story that I think we should discuss with the crew being together.
I like that idea. So I'm going to help you rifle through the rest of this tent to see if there's anything else we can take.
So you guys go through the footlocker, and you guys find 25 gold pieces and a dagger that is definitely glowing with a magical imbuement.
Can I do a Arcana or...
Yep.
Yes, an Arcana check.
Yep.
17 total.
Okay. You look at this and you turn it around and you get a sense that this is a magical dagger, and it is a +2 dagger of venom.
Okay. Not looking like I'm like stashing it to take it away from anybody to hide or anything, but he's gonna kind of tuck it in his belt as he keeps rummaging.
So you see that Ersk, he's pocketing, or at least like
I see him pocketing the dagger. Anything special about that dagger?
Not that I could tell.
Nice.
Wow.
In your belt loop.
Wow.
But you could tell, Irish, that it was not a regular dagger. It had
Gotcha.
an ornateness to it. It had curvature. It had some nice gems to it. It's not a regular dagger. I mean, you just by plain look at it, it's worth money.
Yeah, he's being very dismissive about it.
Okay.
And that's it. There's nothing else in this tent.
No clues about the rod here at all.
Well, aside from the command word, no.
Okay. So we did get the command
that's the
word
first thing
for
we
the
found.
rod.
Yeah.
Command word.
Nice, you jerk.
Got it.
Hey, DM. Thank you.
Kazara's gonna yell out to him, "Hey guys, there's some extra weapons here if you want to take them."
So you guys go in there and take a look.
Yeah, Eldrin's gonna kind of just brush past Urshk and head over to the other tent.
Okay.
All right. And we only found just some basic weapons. I mean, I'll take a long sword and a long bow just in order to look to sell for later.
Cool. So add that to your equipment. No problem. So you guys have you guys looking through everything else. There's nothing of value. There's a few potatoes. There's a few rations and stuff like that. Nothing major that you guys can take from this little encampment, but you guys have found what you needed from this encampment.
All right. So let's head back and regroup.
Okay. So you guys go back to the cavern, and you come into the cavern to the.
I'd like to, hey, Charles, before they get back, I'd like to have a conversation with Kayleesha, and I'm going to sit down, not too close, since she doesn't quite trust me right at the moment. But
Not really.
I'm going to pull out the dagger that was Kazara's, and look at the dagger, and kind of ask her. So the bunny tried to kill you yesterday, and what, you guys are besties today, or what?
Let's just say that I had a talk with him and he just wasn't himself yesterday.
Do you trust him?
I do. I think he's telling me the truth. But I'd just like to keep him at arm's distance.
Because I've been holding this dagger for, all night and all day today, and I haven't felt anything from it.
Well, I don't think the dagger is for you, though.
So you do trust him?
To an extent. I don't think he's lying to me, but we need to be cautious around him. That's about all I'll be able to say.
I guess time will tell.
Yes.
Cool.
Did
And he
Mr.
goes
Chubbs
back
even
to-
know he totally healed him earlier?
Yeah, he healed you.
Yeah, I was jacked up. I feel much better now. I feel much better. It took 3 healing potions to heal me up.
Did you put my rope back?
I mean, if you want it.
Please put my rope back and go change your pants.
Sorry, that dagger that I found, that was a +1 or a +2?
+2.
Okay.
So you guys are back now at the cave,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys have, well, Eldron, you found what you believe to be the command word for the rod that you now hold.
Yeah, Eldrin kind of walks back into the cave, kind of nonchalant, and walks back over to the barrier and looks over to make sure that Kayleesha is looking, and kind of just taps the barrier and uses the command word.
So you expend 1 charge, and it dispels the shield, and the shimmering blue wall fades, and the unicorn is now accessible to everyone including
Hey, he looks
Kayleesha.
at he looks at Kayleesha and be like, "Hey, look, I helped."
I get up from a sitting position. I'm on my knees and I'm holding my arms out to the unicorn to see if it trusts me to come over.
It absolutely does. It looks at everyone else, dismisses everyone else, looks at you, and feels 100% safe with you, and
I put
accepts
my
your
arms
embrace.
around it. I lay my head on its head and I just start crying because I feel so sad about its parent.
Do you have a healing spell or anything that you
I
could?
don't. I don't have any healing spells.
Does anybody else have any sort of touch healing spells?
I sure do. Got healing hands.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't want anything from you, that's for sure.
We could cook up some unicorn.
Did you wash after you changed your pants?
I haven't changed my pants yet. Joke's on you.
Hey, who's shitting my pants?
Meanwhile, Vader kind of backs up a little bit and kind of haunches down and puts his head down because he can feel the power coming off the unicorn. So
Okay.
a wolf is not going to mess with a unicorn.
Okay. So in your loving embrace, the unicorn looks at you, Kayleesha, looks in your eyes, and restores all of your spells for the next day. Everything that you've expended, anything you've done, your health is back to 100%. It looks at you and it teleports itself away.
Oh,
Shimmers itself
Hey.
away.
Bye, friend.
Could have used that thing 20 minutes ago.
So
I'm going
through
to...
the power of good and love, the unicorn, the juvenile unicorn, is saved, and it uses its teleportation spell to whisk it away from imminent danger of this glorious good surrounded by this glorious evil from all the rest of you.
Let's go back to the longhouse and finish this job.
Yep. We should probably give Nero a hand putting that thing in the cart.
It's about bloody time, my God! I'm holding not just a penis, but also a club!
You haven't even gotten the penis in the cart yet. Come on.
Well, one
He
does
isn't
want
used
to
to
have some
handling a
fun.
big one.
I'm going to take the unicorn horn out of my backpack and shove it in my belt loop.
Okay.
Because I don't trust any of you guys.
Okay, you do that. You guys pull the club back to the cabin. I mean, it doesn't take too long, but it would have definitely been sort of a struggle to bring it back to the longhouse. And you guys load it into the cart with the horse, and you guys head back to the longhouse and into the waiting arms of Kark. And he is ecstatic. My friends, what a treat and what a bounty you have completed. You have saved a main thoroughfare of commerce in this area, and you have brought back the club that I can display in this longhouse as a trophy to the greatness, almost supplanting that of the city just to the rear of us. For this, you earn the bounty. And he pushes forward a bag of 450 gold pieces for you guys to share.
Nice.
And that, my friends, is the end of the Fright Lake bounty.
Yay!
All right. And we split it 5 ways. Because I
So
told
that's
Nero.
whoa.
Oh, you've got to be kidding.
You
Happy.
literally did nothing.
I
You
launched a
didn't even
bolt or
put the
two.
penis in the cart.
Just because you were the jock strap holder doesn't mean you get to do something.
A jackstrap holder.
I throw him 10 gold pieces just for carrying the giant wiener.
That's fair. I'll take that.
Eat it.
So,
Man, here's an expensive one, huh?
1 gold piece for every foot. I'll take it.
you said 450 gold.
450 gold. Yep.
So that's
Five
90,
ways.
90 for everybody.
Absolutely.
Except for Edgar.
Yeah, you tossed me 10 as a gimme.
Oh.
Can I sell off? Will Kark buy my
Yes, he
extras
will.
that
Yes, he will.
Okay.
He'll
I
give you
have
25 gold pieces for all your extra stuff.
I want some stuff. I want to sell him too as well.
You took, what did you take again? You took the halberd?
I took the halberd. I already had a longsword that I took from earlier that I want to sell him.
Okay.
And yeah, that's kind of what I want to sell him was the halberd and the longsword.
And you, what did you sell him, Yursk?
Longbow, a longsword, and hold on. Longbow, longsword, and leather armor that I took off when we fought the
Oh,
brigands.
yes, that's right. He'll give you 30 gold pieces for that. And Kazara, he'll give you 25 for what you have.
Okay.
That halberd is very valuable.
Does he have anything for sale?
He does not. Nothing that you would consider buying.
Fair enough.
No extra potions or anything.
He gave them all to you.
Then I'm seeing it as a net positive because I haven't thrown mine away.
Look, I was upset, okay, and Edgar's like,
I think Edgar would have taken it regardless.
Probably. That's a fair bet.
While they are doing all their transactions, Edgar notices a small backpack sitting in the corner of the longhouse, and he walks up to it, opens the backpack, and in it he sees some sort of talisman of a skull with glowing red eyes, and he goes, and he closes up the backpack, and he just stashes it among his stuff.
wow, whose backpack was that? Did we see Edgar do this?
Can we get a perception check on that?
Yeah, each of you roll that on a perception.
That's a soft 20.
Okay.
That is a 16, a 5, 21 for me.
That would do it.
As a natty 20.
You got it.
22 for me.
So you all notice that, and Nero doesn't give a crap. You all notice that he picks up this backpack, and especially Kazara and Kayleesha realize what's in this backpack is what Kira had left for the rest of the group, and now Edgar has it in his hand.
Oh,
And welcome to the end of the Fright Lake bounty. Until next week, we return the Red 5 Tavern and the Devil's Bargain in 1 week.
Nice. Good luck.
Much fun.